Brrrr. Oh shit, I fucked up. Brrrr. Welcome back. Fuck you talking about. We finna get into another nigga story. This is survival time. You know what I'm saying? We finna get into some more Cali nigga stories. We finna get in on the Sandman. He was a Crip. You know what I'm saying? They kind of look like Nipsey, but apparently, from what I do know, from like Nipsey being alive and shit, from his hood, he was friends with Nipsey and he knew Nipsey and it was cool and shit. And then he was part of Rolling 60s gang and all that too. That's another thing that I peeped and noticed. Um, and yeah, that's one of the few things I do know that they was friends. He shouted him out on songs and shit like that. So we're gonna see what they talking about. Alright, come, cause I don't really know too much about too many Nipsey friends. I just know them by name and face and shit sometimes.
Welcome to Hood War Stories. In this episode, I'll be discussing the life of Sandman the Goose. Sadar Fasai was born on January 12, 1986, in Bulgaria. Although Sandman is from Eritrea, the war between Ethiopia and Eritrea forced his family to migrate to different countries in Africa, leading to his birth in Bulgaria. Due to war and government corruption, the Fasai family could not obtain Sandman's birth certificate, and shortly after his mother gave birth, the family was forced to move to Sudan. In 1993, at the age of 7, the Fasai family moved to the United States in hope of a better future for their family. The family settled in Los Angeles to begin their new life. Sandman was enrolled in school and began second grade at Hyde Park Elementary. He grew up in the heart of the Rolling 60s dime block clique, Hyde Park and 10th Avenue to be exact. In the late 1990s, a young Sandman was already making contributions to the 60s clique that ruled his block. In one incident, Sandman nearly got Drew Down killed. One day, Drew Down was randomly parked in a red car on 10th Ave in Hyde Park. This was a couple houses away from where Sandman lived. On that particular afternoon, Sandman was patrolling the block on his bike, acting as a lookout for enemies or cops. Just the night before, Rolling 60 had been gunned down, and there was a visual at the corner. As Sandman spots Drew in the red car, he busts a U-turn on his bike, pulls up, and says, "What up, cuz?" Drew then threw up the 5, which prompted Sandman to speed off on his bike to the liquor store to alert more 6-0 members.
I don't want to say this real fast. That nigga stupid as fuck. Okay, one, you don't know in Cali especially, like a lot of niggas don't know this. They do play that lookout shit. They take that shit serious. That shit is like they like watchdogs out that nigga, and they will sue your ass real quick. They will surround the fuck out you, nigga. You thinking you playing with a little nigga, and you gonna see 50 old grown, 20 some year old niggas, 15-year old niggas all around your ass. Wool starving quick in Cali. He's stupid for even gang banging like that. He not even from LA. I know Drew Down. He from Oakland. He's a rapper from Oakland, old school rapper from Oakland, 90s rapper. Look him up if you ain't heard of him. He not even about gang banging for real. He about like pimping and shit. That's killer part. So for him to be doing this in like a LA neighborhood, that was just dumb on his part. Again, for any nigga out there that don't know this by now, if you're not from there, be cautious. Be looking around. Be mindful. Should be respectful, but don't be no pussy.
A few minutes later, 2 carloads of 6-0 members pull up on Drew and box him in. 2 choppers raised over the roof and were pointed at him, while 2 other 6-0 members jumped down and swarmed Drew at his car door. Drew didn't even have his car keys to attempt to get away. Drew got Drew down literally, and had to explain himself and plead his case while staring down a barrel of a Tech 9. After a few minutes of deliberation, Drew was given a pass after nearly begging for his life, but he was still stuck because he didn't have his car keys. After the 2 cars drove away, Drew ran up in a 3-story building on 10th Ave with fear in his eyes. A homegirl let him in, made sure the coast was clear, and helped him get out of there alive. In 1997, Sandman's eldest brother died from gangrene, and this tragedy took a heavy toll on young Sandman. His brother was always someone he looked up to and admired. From that day on, Sandman began rapping and writing. A piece of Sandman had died, and
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga look just like Nipsey, bro. Nigga look just like Nipsey, damn near like could be relatives, brothers, anything, twins. Damn near look exactly like the nigga.
the Goose was born. At the start, he was influenced by rappers such as Tupac and Nas. Sandman spent a lot of his time tapping into his artistic abilities, making music, sketching, painting, and drawing. Sandman grew up in a disciplined home with a strict father that led Sandman to become rebellious. In his teen years, Sandman also worked at his family's gas station that was located on Florence and Crenshaw. In 2005, he was recruited by Yahoo and Pepsi as a West Coast representative in a segment called Mike Pass. During this time, Sandman was being managed by Big U. He was actually one of the first artists Big U started working with and had on his unique music entertainment label.
Sandman the Goose, coming at you. Got next. No, you got now. Watch it. Here we come.
This was before Big U started fully focusing on Nipsey. The Sandman knew Nipsey from a young age as a result of Nipsey's father and Sandman's parents being close.
Sandman, what's up? Yo, what's up, Mr. J? We just all like, oh, I'm good. Nigga,
It's crazy how fate work, cause like they kind of going through like same similar situations, and then even them coming from the same area and shit. Cause I ain't know that. To kind of end up in the same gang and all that shit, like yeah, even in the same area. But to even be going through this, like linking up with the same nigga, getting signed to the same nigga, all that same shit.
I know what it is. That means Sandman, we bros on many levels. Come from the turf, day one nigga. Come from back home, same place I'm from, got the same ethnicity. Yeah, nah, you know, we just Sanford, East Africa. That's where our family comes from, our folks come from. You know, we out here in America. My pops came out here when he was 19, so I was born and raised out here. But I'm a first generation out of my family, out of the men that grown up out here. So, you know, we had a different type of struggle. Yeah, same with my niggas. So, you know, getting it though, man. Ain't nothing stopping us. Ain't no brick wall, no speed bumps, my nigga. That's the motto.
You bounce over them.
Yeah, 100.
You don't want no distractions, no interferences out here.
At the age of 19, after years of living the street life, Sandman spent months in jail for an alleged robbery for which he was later found not guilty. At this point in his life, Sandman turned fully to the streets. And by the age of 20, he took a wrong turn in his life and ended up in jail again. After he got out, he slowly started to change his life around. But on August 2nd, 2008, after leaving the studio to take a friend home, he was followed by gang members. After they walked up, they muttered a few words and opened fire. Bullets shattered the windshield, and Sandman was struck 9 times. He was shot in his colon, liver, both lungs, left and right diaphragm, shoulders, and neck. He had to undergo 8 surgeries and was in a coma for 26 days. Miraculously, he was able to recover from the shooting and use music as his therapy. At the time of the shooting, the Cinderella Park families and Roller 60s were going back and forth.
I hope niggas who see this actually pay attention to this shit, man. My man's had to really go through some shit to get his body back in order, bro. From being shot. That shit ain't no game. That shit ain't no joke, man. That shit is reality. Niggas is out here thinking it's sweet, bro. You get hit by them bullets, bro, it's gonna change your whole anatomy, bro. Change your whole mindset, bro. It's deeper than just you gonna go to the hospital and get patched up, bro. You might be, like he said, he was in a coma. You might be knocked out for months, years. You never know. Anything over some goofy shit.
At an all-time high, Sandman continued to push his music in the studio day and night and shoot music videos every week. His work ethic was amazing. On September 27th, 2012, Sandman was fatally shot in the alley on the 4300 block of Crenshaw. The location is in very close proximity to Big U's Unique Studios. After his death, rumors began to fly in LA that BPS, Troubles, Schoolyard, or the Sixos did it. Many thought the circumstances surrounding his death were fishy. Court records show that earlier that day, a few 4-Trade gangster Crips got into a skirmish with 40 members at the McDonald's on Crenshaw. One of those 4-Trade members being Oliver. After getting punched in the face, Oliver and a few gang members drove back to their hood park to regroup. About an hour later, the 4-Trade members returned near the McDonald's. In an alley, where Oliver allegedly fired a weapon over the roof of the vehicle, fatally striking Sandman. 6 days after Sandman was shot, Oliver sent a text saying, "Nah, Shanika just called me talking about I gotta leave LA, everybody know. She said she wanted to meet with me and talk, but I'ma tell just about the fight, not the shooting." A week after the shooting, Oliver changed his phone number. And 2 months after Sandman was killed, Oliver was detained. Oliver Goodrich was eventually found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to 50 years to life. The family of Sandman was not satisfied with the outcome and believed something deeper happened. Court records said there was no evidence that Sandman had anything to do with the fight at McDonald's, nor was he even present when Oliver got punched. The LA streets been talking, and it's widely believed that the Sixos allegedly had a hand in Sandman's murder. Many people also compare Sandman's story to Nipsey's, although it is believed at the time of Sandman's death, he and Nipsey were not on good terms, and it's been noticed how Nipsey or the 60s don't honor Sandman's memory with frequency. Sandman used his passion for music to elevate himself and his family. He believed in the grind and always represented for his home country.
That's what I'm about, man, teaching everybody out there some knowledge that they ain't seen about, because more out there that we don't know about, that we do need to know about, and it's being blocked, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. In order for you to find out, you got to find out on your own and do some research, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, keep people that's on finding out the truth, not the false, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of false out there, false advertisement, you know. Do your own research, man. You know, look at the times we in right now, you feel me? Ain't nobody talking about what's going on, but you know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So, you know, do your research, man.
That's where you from?
Yeah, that's where I'm from, man. Originally from Eritrea.
I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please.
I'm gonna say this before we sign out and shit. It's fun why I was speaking on fate and shit was because I say it's funny because like him and Nipsey went kind of down the same lane and the same road, but he kind of got cut short before like he got his opportunity to even be heard or exposed to the world. Real shit. I need niggas to really pay attention to this gang shit, bro, because this shit is really dog eat dog. Niggas don't honor you, bro. Niggas don't honor what they say they honoring in that code. They don't even know what the fuck the codes is no more. A lot of niggas need to realize that. That's real shit. A lot of these niggas, homies, is turning on them, and that happens a lot. Niggas don't even realize that. I don't even think niggas pay attention to that. But a lot of these niggas homies be killing them in most cases. Because of jealousy or niggas is hating or some goofy shit that niggas anything. But these be niggas that niggas be trusting. These be niggas be feeling like they do anything with and around and they be cool with, feeling like they can be relaxed with. And the whole time, you feel me? You never know who plotting on your life. R.I.P. to this man. You feel me? We finna be out though. You feel me? Y'all let me know what y'all think up in the description and all that. How y'all feel about the situation? Because they pretty much saying he pretty much was Nipsey before Nipsey.